Okay, we are live now. Okay, so tonight's topics we will be talking about winning at the state and local levels and constitutional carry.
Okay.
Okay, so starting back in January, no, even before that, states started coming up with bills to get constitutional carry passed to make it easier for people to carry. We are now 25 states in. Anti gunners believe that this is nothing more than a marketing scheme and that we don't have the right. How are they wrong in that area?
Constitutional carry was the law of the land for a long time. Right after the Constitution was signed, everyone was still carrying. It was not until uh, Jim Crow laws that the right to carry a firearm was banned, and the Jim Crow laws were a racist law.
For those who don't know, Jim Crow laws came after the Civil War in the South to keep freed slaves from owning guns, which were unconstitutional, and that's when the 14th Amendment came into play to create equal rights for everyone.
Exactly.
Far all the way up until I would say the late 80s, the only state that allowed you to carry was Vermont. And today we have 24 other states added to that list.
Yeah, it used to be called Vermont carry for the longest time.
For those who don't know, Vermont carry just meant you didn't need a permit to carry in the state of Vermont.
That is correct.
So now our next big topic is fighting at the state and local levels to fight back against gun laws. We know Texas has made it deregulate suppressors from the NFA. That's kind of a mixed feeling right now between federal government and state government.
Yep.
So, what are your words to the people in Texas
Uh,
under
they're gonna if you try to do it, they're going to bust you. Not saying that you shouldn't do it, but if you violate the NFA, it's a federal law, so they're gonna come after you no matter what. So you should at least be aware of that. If you look at the Kansas case with Jeremy Kettler,
which anything new come out of that case or
no, he lost. It was denied.
so now he is prohibited the rest of his life from owning
No,
guns.
no, no. They actually got him for like a smaller charge. He did like 1 year probation and stuff like that. So,
So he has his rights restored.
yeah, he had his right to restore. Yeah, basically.
What happened to the dealer who sold the suppressor?
The dealer he also got in trouble, not as much as what could have happened, but it was still pretty bad.
So the 10th Amendment grants powers to the states, not regulated by the federal government. So wouldn't that law come into play to supersede the federal law there?
That's not exactly how it works. Federal law has preemption. Not saying that's the way it should be, but federal law does have preemption.
So for preemption to work, that means something that is federal for all 50 states of a state says, no, we're not going to follow it. Federal law supersedes it.
Correct.
We are now going to be talking about what state and local levels can do to fight back even harder. So now we got 2A sanctuaries, we got 2A sanctuary states. What was the purpose behind all that?
The 2A sanctuary states, it depends that they can try to prevent local law enforcement from enforcing federal law. They can't prevent federal law enforcement from enforcing federal law, but they can so but they can force local law enforcement from passing federal law.
which would mean like if a state, some Missouri Sanctuary Movement for the whole state would say, hey, we're not going to enforce any laws that ban magazines or do universal background checks. That means the state police and local police cannot enforce it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it means.
Now,
Hold
when
on, I
the
gotta play something
I'm
really
a
fast.
cop, you idiot! I'm Detective John Kimball.
I had pulled pork and green beans. There you go.
okay, so when the Ukraine bill passed, that had a couple of anti-gun measures in it, and one of them is for the federal government to deputize state and local law enforcement to work
No.
for the federal government.
That was the VALA bill, which passed in the omnibus spending bill, the VALA Act, Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act of 2022. That passed in the omnibus bill, and that did have that in there. You are correct about that.
Okay, so how that would work is federal agents can't go to a state where the state government says, hey, we're not enforcing it. So they're going to turn around, use local and state police to enforce it for them.
Yeah, they can basically what that did and why it was so bad is it allowed them to go ahead and deputize local law enforcement, and then local law enforcement can act as federal law enforcement, therefore getting around that law.
Which would make that a workaround the sanctuary movements. And that could also be used against the sanctuary movements for illegal aliens in this country.
This only deals with firearms in the VALA Act. So
Right. Well, I mean, look at it like this. Let's say we get the House Senate in November, and then in 2024, the presidency. Let's say they go, we will pass a law that says we will allow state and local law enforcement and where illegals are to be deputized by ICE to go help track down illegal aliens.
yeah, I mean they could do that.
So this would be the anti-gunners think they could win by doing that, but then that can turn around and be used against them.
Well, really, well, would we do it? Republicans have a really bad history of not doing what they should do.
Can't argue with you on that one, especially with some of the people running for Senate. We got Mehmet Oz running for senator in Pennsylvania.
Yes, he's running. He's running against. There's some strong candidates though.
Oh yeah, here in Ohio, some of our strong candidates. Number one was J.D. Vance, who wants to get rid of the ATF.
Yeah,
I got my vote right away.
Well, I hope he wins.
Yeah, same here.
But I mean, I don't think the ATF is going anywhere. I think that's kind of like a pipe dream. Hold on for 1 second here.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone was almost dead. That's kind of like a pipe dream there. So,
yeah, I would say to an extent that we do need to have an ATF agency, but more or less to help with crime. Like, did you hear about the whole thing in Georgia a while back, or just about a month ago, at the gun range?
no, what was that?
They were robbed of like 40 guns. The DVD was stolen.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was the owner, his wife, and their grandchild were all killed.
Oh,
In fact, Jared did a video on it too. That was the first thing he came out when he started that new series called Why We Carry.
very interesting. No, I really haven't even heard about that.
Have been back, I'd say, in April.
Huh.
But that's where I say, like, ATF needs to come in to help investigate crimes like that, but leave us law-abiding people alone.
Yeah, but the ATF doesn't do that, man.
No, they don't.
No, they definitely do not do that. They're not going to leave us alone. They're going to have to push back somehow.
Yeah. We already pushed back against Biden's first pick to lead the ATF. Now his new pick is from my state.
Yeah.
Steve Diddleback. He tried to run for Attorney General for Ohio and lost big time.
Yeah, he got crushed.
Yeah. He didn't have my vote. So now we are going to work to stop him from becoming the next ATF director.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely try to stop him from that. I mean, it's very important that we stop him. That we've been able to stop most ATF directors, and there is a history of gun control with Steve Detterbach. If you look at him, he supports universal background checks. He supports a ban on semi-automatic rifles. He supports a bunch
flag
of
laws.
red flag laws. Yeah. He doesn't believe that the ATF having a searchable database is a registry.
Oh no, it is. It is a registry. They have to do is just get those files and see who bought what.
That is correct.
And that's why GOA is opposed to all gun laws. That's why I stand behind them.
Yeah, GOA is really, really strong when it comes to gun laws. That's why I work with GOA.
Well, on the bright side, did you hear the news about Alan West?
No, yeah, Alan West. Yeah, he's running for but there's some problematic stuff with him too. I'm not sure he's going to be he's going to be better than Wayne,
100%.
but will he be better than what we really need? We need a no compromise guy. Will he no compromise?
Nobody knows.
That's to be foreseen.
I have a couple people I'd like to see run head of the NRA. Tam from Military Arms Channel is one for sure, and Guns and Gadgets. Those two have a top standing firm that there is no compromise.
Yeah, if I got hired at the NRA, the first thing I would do is fire everyone and then fire myself.
There's got to be some strong leadership there to help make that organization fight and really stand firm. I have nothing against the NRA. It's leadership. Not everyone in the NRA thinks like Wayne. You might have a few people who are probably more like GOA, no compromise.
Yeah.
On another big victory, FPC's lawsuit against California had struck down a ban on 18 and 20-year-olds from buying long guns.
Yeah, I did see that, and that that was very good. There's also another case out of California that's going up. The whole Duncan versus Bonta thing. The Supreme Court is considering that.
The magazine restrictions.
Yeah, they haven't taken that yet, but there is a chance that they will take it, and I hope they do.
Yeah, same here. Now let's hope they. I'm waiting for that New York case to come out soon.
Yeah, that should be out anytime. It might actually even come out tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Usually they release the decisions on Thursdays. And yeah, they usually release their decisions on Thursdays, and they haven't released this decision yet. So, but they could hold it to June. We just don't know. Anyone who says they know for sure is, yeah, they don't.
Right. We got if we can get that overturned, that will definitely help in places like California making it and concealed carry from may issue to shall issue in places like that.
Yeah, it definitely will. Everywhere we have to be may issue
Or shall issue.
or shall issue. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really good.
Because we gotta have strong rights for our people to be armed to protect themselves. And the government doesn't like that.
An armed populace is a polite populace.
That's right. So with that coming out, the last thing we can discuss now are the midterms for November. So when is the federal level for Virginia up? Is that the same as the state level, or is that two different elections?
That is, it's two different elections right now. So in Virginia, we just had all the House of Delegates go up for a vote, and governor and stuff like that. But in the last election, the federal seats were not up for a vote.
Federal is up this time around.
Yeah.
Who are the candidates running that are supporters of the 2A in Virginia?
Right now, I mean, who knows, man? Well, like anyone who votes on the on the Republican side is going to be on. We're really good here. But the Senate is not up on Virginia, but the House the House is. So there's a lot of good candidates running right now, but I don't know. I mean, not really sure who's going to win or anything like that.
Yeah. For Ohio, when midterms come around, I mean, I've already got my picks out. Upsetting thing is the governor winning for that. The person who won for the May 3rd pick for Ohio for governor was Mike DeWine again. And after 2019, I was hoping to get someone new, and we had a guy running named Joe Blightstone, who was a constitutional conservative. He had my vote right away. After the whole thing with COVID and what DeWine did, he wasn't going to get my vote.
Yeah, in Virginia, the candidates that are running in the districts that are up, it's probably going to be. It's probably going to break the way it has always broke in Virginia. It's all like solid Democrats, all that whatever.
And hopefully, after the last couple of years and everything going on right now, people are going to wake up and start voting people in who will fight for the country and who will fight for our rights.
Yeah, we'll see. Like the primaries aren't until like the 21st. Then once that gets done, then we'll know more about how it's going to break down in Virginia.
Good. At least hopefully we can get some strong candidates. And I mean, one county in Wisconsin that was primary Democrat went conservative this time around.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath, though.
I'm a little nervous, but let's hope we can get the House and Senate.
Yeah, I mean, well, things change, though. That's the question.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be safer, yeah, but I want to win. I mean, I want to actually have something that totally goes our way, that we actually have like a Thomas Massey or a Rand Paul or someone like that.
Yeah. I have been giving my nephew advice on the Second Amendment, and he's really been interested in gun laws. I've been showing him some videos and going over gun laws with him.
That's good.
Yeah. 13 years old. And a lot of this stuff, like when I asked him if he knew what it meant, he knows what a lot of stuff means. And I asked him if he knew the difference between a semi-automatic rifle versus the select fire variant, and he knew right away.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Every week I've been going through different gun channels with news and bills and explaining how these bills would work if they passed, and current laws on the books and ridiculous laws that had no chance of passing.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like 99.9% of all the laws will not pass.
Correct. They want the extended background checks and the longer waiting periods.
Yeah.
The two bills that were big and had no chance of passing were HR 5717 and HR 127.
Yeah, HR 127 had zero chance of passing, and everyone was so afraid of it. And I never could understand why.
Well, I wasn't afraid. I mean, I did keep my eyes on it to go over exactly how it would work. And I even showed my nephew the video. I said there was no chance this bill was going to pass, but
No, I didn't have a co-sponsor. Any bill without a co-sponsor, it will not pass.
right. And I just told him, like if it were to pass, how this would have changed laws in America and how we needed to defeat it, even though it had no chance of passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have any chance of passing.
No. And the person who introduced it claimed that an AR-15 weighed as much as 10 boxes.
Yeah, that they will say that.
I'm shot AR-15s, they're not that heavy.
Yeah, but that's what they do, right?
They lie, they use tragedies to tag on the emotions of people, and it does work in some ways, but in most ways we know the difference.
Yeah. We definitely do.
Yeah. I mean, we got every gun control group out there that was at Biden's his speech just a couple of weeks ago where he had ghost guns at the White House.
Yeah, in the Rose Garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That cracked me up. I'm like 30 minutes or less. I'm like, if you know what you're doing, yeah, you could probably get it in 30 minutes or less. But me, I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd have to be very careful on how to do it to make sure I did it right.
Yeah.
Then Josh Shapiro out of PA, who I don't know if it was him or NBC that bought the guns from JSD Supply and took it in, had it worked on.
That was NBC that bought that and brought it into JSD.
And then didn't they take that to Josh Shapiro also?
Yeah, they took it to Josh Shapiro, and they're the ones that actually finished it for NBC.
And that is a crime, right?
That you would think.
Unless you're an anti-gunner trying to pass an agenda, then it's not a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that might help derail Shapiro from becoming governor of PA. Because if people start to go, wait, yeah, if they cheat and win, then we'll have another 2020 incident all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that, I guess we covered up a lot of stuff tonight.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. Anything else before we go?
No. I mean, I think we pretty much hit everything out of the park here.
Yeah. All right. So tell people where they can find you.
John Crumpet News and John Crumpet Live on YouTube.
And with that, we are out.